are in the Pikes Peak region. You arrived at the North Pole by way of U.S. Highway 24. Long ago, this trail became the gateway through the Rocky Mountains as a part of the ancient Ute Pass Trail. The Indian migrations followed this very same route through the plains of Colorado to the plateaus of Utah and back again. Gold brought prospectors, miners, settlers, and mercantile people by the thousands to the Rocky Mountains in 1859. Yeah, I've just got to say that it was the discovery of gold that started the statehood of Colorado. Why, in 1 month, the population of Gregory Gulch jumped from 15 hearty souls to some 10,000. Covered wagon trains by the hundreds came across the plains, and many of them had Pikes Peak or Bust written on the covers of those wagons. Well, many of these folks did go bust, like old Mike the miner, and left Colorado following another dream. However, this time most of them left on a big iron horse called a locomotive. The train on which you are riding is a scaled replica of the 1863 C.P. Huntington locomotive. This historic train played an important part in building America's first transcontinental railroad. It was during the Civil War that the first C.P. Huntington locomotive was sent by sailing ship to California to help lay the track for Promontory Point, Utah. Today, our C.P. Huntington is taking us near the boundary of Pike National Forest and the best known and most climbed mountain in America, Pikes Peak. The mountain was named for Lieutenant Zebulon Montgomery Pike, who in 1806 first sighted the mountain from 150 miles out on the plains. Lieutenant Pike tried to climb the mountain in November 1806, but failed as he was turned back because of wind, cold, and a lack of supplies. 14 years later, in 1820, Major Stephen Harriman Long's exploring party made it to the top. In 1858, Julia Archibald Holmes, wearing a trendy item called bloomers, became the first woman of record to climb the peak. The first toll road for horses and mules to the top of Pikes Peak was opened in 1888. Catherine Lee Bates rode in a prairie wagon to the top of the 14,110-foot peak in the summer of 1893. Overwhelmed by the purple mountain majesties that surrounded her, she penned the opening lines to America the Beautiful and would later publish the song on July 4th, 1895. Today, you can drive your car to the top of the mountain and back in about 3 hours. The toll road is located a quarter of a mile from the upper end of Santa's parking lot. If you ever go, be sure to take your jacket because it's likely to be 40 degrees cooler up there than down here. If you're headed towards Colorado Springs after leaving the park today, look for the old tunnels and railroad bed of the Colorado Midland Railway, which last puffed through the Ute Pass in 1949. We have given you a thumbnail sketch of the history in the Pikes Peak region. And now, let us help you experience the magic of Christmas at Santa's Workshop. Santa's Workshop came into being in 1956. Its conception was that of the imagination of an 8-year-old girl who described to a Walt Disney artist how she dreamed Santa's Workshop to be. The Christmas kingdom is spread across 27 acres. Santa's house, of course, is located near the center of the village, down the steps from the train station. It is the blue-roofed building with the chimney. Please stop to visit with Santa before you leave the workshop today. He will be glad to see you. In the center of the village, surrounding the eternally frozen North Pole, you'll find gift shops of every description. There's the Christmas shop, featuring ornaments and decorations for all tastes. And in the boys and girls shops, you'll surely find that special doll or toy for that special girl and boy. We invite you to rest for a moment in Santa's Chapel, located near the Duck Pond. The North Pole has its own post office, where all outgoing mail is stamped with the official North Pole, Colorado postmark. Remember, if you wish to ship any of your packages direct, Santa's helpers in any of the shops will be happy to assist you. Souvenir items for the folks back home are available at the big souvenir shop, next to the personalization shop. Do you have a sweet tooth? Choose a sweet treat for yourself at the Candy Kitchen located in the Boys Shop. Or stop by the Fire Pit to make s'mores. Visit the ice cream park or one of the other eating places in the park. Talented performers provide a free magic show throughout the day in Santa's show house. Listen for the announcements for showtimes. Have you noticed the English fallow deer and llamas located near Santa's giant Ferris wheel towards the back of the park? They love to be fed, and you will love feeding them. Santa's Workshop has amusement rides for all ages, the young and the young at heart. To the front of the park, you will find, among others, the giant spiral of the Peppermint Slide, the Tilt-A-Whirl, and the Sky Ride, giving a great view of the park. In the Enchanted Forest, you will find the almost 100-year-old Carousel, the Christmas Tree Ride, Santa's Space Shuttle, Dive Bombers, and the giant Ferris wheel. Located at 7,500 feet elevation, it is the highest Ferris wheel in the world. Why, one guy claimed he saw Texas from up there. Santa also has rides for the smaller members of your family. Unlimited enjoyment is found in the round of excitement and joy in your fantastic day at Santa's Workshop. May the spirit of Christmas bring to mind the pleasant memories you leave behind when you recall with delightful pleasure being a child in boundless measure. Merry Christmas.